Where'd Tim go?
Welcome to another installment of Engineering Money, the podcast where some full time engineers give their 2 cents on the financial news of the week. And thank you for tuning in to a very special episode of Engineering Money. This is the first episode where we are doing a video recording as well. So if you're an old viewer, watching us on Spotify right now, there is a link in the description for our YouTube channel where we will be recording and publishing a video of this podcast where you can see all the charts and graphs and images that we are describing today. So very cool. My
Ben,
name is Ben, a civil engineer in Washington State.
um, my name is Tim. I'm a mechanical engineer in Indianapolis. And Ben, we also have some listeners that aren't on Spotify. So,
Oh, true. Yes, all the
you
other
can't
all the
just,
other outfits.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Also, I'm Joey. Hi. I'm food products engineer here in Minneapolis. If you watch our
All right.
videos, then you can see our faces prove to you
Yeah.
that we're real humans.
Yes.
And we are sponsored by Vinovest. They are a wine investment platform. So if you're interested in investing in wine, it's a pretty neat idea because you can actually, drink your investment. So if you're interested in that, we have a link in the description about Vinovest.
Excellent. Yeah, I just showed everybody the website. This is gonna be fun. It'll be another step in the we're just learning by doing. So if the first few episodes are a little bit more clunky, it's just us going over that learning curve of all this visual stuff. So it's gonna be good.
Throw us some feedback in the Discord.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we have a Discord. Join it.
Oh yeah. So I guess I can start out this week.
Kick us off.
Yeah, so the piece of news that I saw that piqued my interest was this LinkedIn post that I saw last Thursday. It was published by Larry Culp, who is the CEO of GE, which for a while now has kind of fallen into the
Well,
back burner for a lot of
yeah,
investors. They've just kind of fallen off.
they're still off the deep end.
Yes. But yeah, they kind of out of the blue posted this rising to the challenges of energy transition. And they are saying that they will now go carbon neutral by the year 2030, which is pretty, what's the word? It's a pretty ambitious goal.
Lofty, some might say.
Yeah, but they have a lot of assets that would need changing, a lot of investments that they would need to put in place. So could see some different things.
I mean, is like their price is like at all-time lows right now.
Yes,
Is that just because I
it's
don't know.
because they're boring. They
What's
haven't
their
had any
Well,
hype at
how
all.
long have they
they
been
just don't
falling?
have
Like, Ben, you're looking at a 1 year chart here. Can you expand that
Oh
out?
yeah,
Like, how
let's go
long
five
is
year.
this downtrend? Yeah, so it's not like this is just from coronavirus crash or
no,
something. It's been
yeah,
a long time coming.
Yep,
it's not
they
good,
had a
Joey.
good recovery after '08, and then yeah, basically beginning of 2017, all hope was lost.
Yeah.
But also, if you look at the magnitude of that downturn, how long it lasted, that's not like irreversible in their history.
Oh, definitely, for sure. Um, I think it could be good. Um, I think I'm going to be following closely into the different companies they're looking at in terms of reaching this goal. So, renewable energy companies that they're looking to partner with,
Mhm.
that'll be good money inflow for those companies as well. Um, so just trying to
I
trying
don't
to
know.
ride the hype.
I don't see GE as a long-term hold for me.
Mm.
I'm not convinced.
I guess only time will tell for this, but that piqued my interest. I thought I'd share it with everybody. Yeah,
Yeah.
good stuff.
All right. Um, well, do you remember we talked about the antitrust hearings that they had? Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so
Big tech trademark.
it looks like Google is going to be the one that gets hit the most from this, at least from what I've read. Hold on a second. My dog's been outside and she's inside now, but I'm the only one. I'm the only one home.
Well, go take care of your dog.
So no, I'm the only one home. I don't know how she got in.
Go take care of
All
your
right, don't.
door, I guess.
It's strange because he's outside right now.
Yeah, I mean, seems like be fine.
You can't see my machine.
No. Well, let's skip Tim while he deals with that. And Joe,
Yeah,
you talk about what you saw this week.
yeah, so if any of you were tuning into the Discord this past week, I dropped a graph in there. There was a bit of mystery at first, and now finally here's the big reveal. So Ben, if you could pull up that guy.
Yes.
This is total air transportation revenue, passenger kilometers worldwide. So
I feel
this
like
just
I
kind
feel
of
like my guess was pretty accurate though.
yeah, no, that's you were pretty spot on. What that was your interest in bat soup
Interest in eating bat soup.
fell off right around beginning of
Yep.
2020. Yeah,
But
seems
it's
about right.
cyclical because as the year goes on, my interest in eating bat soup always goes up until around the holiday
In
season, and then it sharply goes down a little
yeah,
bit. But every year it gets more and more enticing until we
that's
found out
true.
it caused
Yeah,
coronavirus.
Okay, sorry about that, Ben.
That's okay. It's just I don't know if Joey is okay with it or not.
T- Tim, how's your dog? How, is your do you have an
Okay, no,
intruder?
no one opened up my house. It was the dog must have jumped up and hit the handle. So I was kind of spooked.
Smart dog. Well, Tim, we're
Wait,
just taking a look at this chart here. This was
okay.
that I had dropped in the Discord. That's the total air transportation revenue passengers worldwide. So as you can see, there's a big drop there. Um, kind
Wait,
of,
what was this for?
this
Oh,
is
air
the
transport.
yeah, air transportation. So and this is worldwide, which I mean it makes sense. Everyone was closing their borders, restricting air travel, and that's why we saw airline stocks just
Tank.
take a dump. uh, but what I think is really interesting is the bounce back that we've seen because it's almost right in line with the cycle you see there. Every year, the air traffic travel is increasing throughout the year until about this time when it might dip back down. The interesting thing for me is the fact that the amount it went up was just about as big as any of those spikes in previous
That's
years.
true.
You'd think like after this huge tank from coronavirus and then things start opening up, you'd get a bigger spike again, but it really didn't do that.
Well,
So
it's
uh,
because we don't have the business travel anymore.
yeah, it's just still struggling along to there.
Well, business travel makes up 80% of, flights for
Yeah,
a
so
commercial airline.
well, yeah, if you think about it that way, then this little jump we did see at
It's
the
normal.
throughout the year, it's probably just
It's
things were opening up a little bit more, but
Yeah,
the reason we're not back on top is because no business
I
travel.
think by the time we get to Thanksgiving, if they put out an updated version of this chart, we'll know for sure whether or not it's just kind of, oh, this is just in line with the cyclical trend, um,
Hmm.
or if it's there's part of it is this recorrection as countries open back up, businesses open back up, and things like that. But
Yeah.
it'll definitely not
well,
shoot much.
It'll
It'll
take, I
take a
think it's going to
while.
take a while. And the
I
other
wouldn't
thing
be too
is, this
optimistic
happened.
either because like if you look at Europe as a whole, they are trending up. They've surpassed the US now. Obviously they have more people, but with new cases per day, they
Oh
just
yeah,
surpassed the US
coronavirus
the other
second
day.
wave. It's
Yeah.
a real thing. So that's, yeah, definitely going to take a little while. And as I've heard you, Tim, rant about before, the airline industry wasn't in a great position before this. They weren't doing exactly healthy business
No.
practices. So I think they're in real trouble. And that's why I was looking at things like Boeing and Delta Airlines both have like crashed similarly and struggled to get back up. Uh, yeah, so if you look at Boeing there, I mean, if you remember, this also coincided with Boeing's whole fiasco with the 737 MAX, where there
Mm-hmm.
was
Oh
plane
yeah,
crashes
that's
and
right.
deflected flights. And so I'm just thinking, like, if you look at June there was a big spike. And people were like, oh, the airline industry is coming back. Boeing's going to be fine. And I don't think they deserved that spike because, as we saw, air traffic is not back up worldwide.
Yeah.
And Boeing already has its own problems. So I'm feeling like it's going to keep kind of trending down like that because it's
Yeah.
it's doing the
They
same thing as Delta Airlines there. It's really treating like an airline stock and not like a aerospace defense stock, like Lockheed Martin, for
Yeah,
example.
let's
It's a
check
big
out
competitor with Boeing.
LMT.
They have not suffered nearly as hard.
Yeah, they bounced
yeah,
back pretty quick, but they've gotten
they
to a
still haven't
new
recovered though.
their sort of level off was just right
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
above or right below where they were before the crash. So they recovered a little bit, but they're kind of stagnating as well. What about like
Yeah.
Alaska Airlines? I don't know what their ticker is. Um,
Not sure.
Wow, Ben.
I'm L. Okay, ALK. Yeah, they're doing the
Yeah,
same.
they're about the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, no, none of them saved for a rainy day. They just did stock buybacks, and I guess now they just need to pull themselves up by their bootstraps.
And try to get more people on their
We'll
flights.
see how that goes.
But as we all know, that's not really possible.
That's true.
But yeah,
But
that's my bearish take on airline stocks,
Yeah, I have
listen,
which
found.
I know
bearish on.
is groundbreaking right now.
Yes, I found that because my fiance's stepdad is a pilot, so we fly standby from time to time. And
Mm-hmm.
since the COVID crash, we found that it's a lot easier to get on flights because um,
Mm,
we're pretty low on the
Yeah, I
totem
believe
pole
it.
when it comes to priority of getting on flights for standby. So before the crash, it was not uncommon for us to get kicked off our first flight and get put on the next flight or the one after that. But we every time
Mm-hmm.
we've flown, it's we're on the first flight and there's usually not ever any problems. Um, yeah. So it's consistent with what everybody is saying. It's going to take a long time.
yeah.
Um, so I can get back into my Google thing
Oh
if you want.
yes. Let's
Yeah, because
talk about
now my
Google.
dog is securely outside where she can't bark at my door. Um, so it seems that the feds have focused mainly on Google, um, just because their advertisement marketing, their search, um, and just they leverage their position to make competing browsers unusable. Um, like I didn't even know Edge, the new browser from Microsoft, is Chromium based, which is what
Right.
Chrome is coded in or whatever. I'm not a computer science major, um, but I mean Microsoft just kind of gave in and was like, fine, we'll use the same framework.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like Google's also trying to force the adoption of a new standard web bundles. I'm not too sure about it, but I think it's just another standard way that they want stuff to be done. It's not necessarily the best way to do it, it sounds like, but since they have such big weight, they can kind of push whatever standard they want. Um, and then I didn't think about this, but have you ever seen those URLs where it's like google.com/amp and then it's the URL that you were going to go to for like an article?
Yeah, I think I've seen that before.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. So AMP is like it shows you the article on like the page that you would be going to, but you're still within Google. So
Oh. Gotcha.
I
Interesting.
I don't know. Like it keeps you within Google as long as you can,
Yeah.
or as long as they
Yeah,
can. And
another example of that is when you look up like restaurants and stuff like that on the
Mm-hmm.
maps.
mhm.
You always there's always like a secondary click that you have to do, and it's because you click
Yeah,
on it and it shows like the Google overview on the map, and then
Yeah.
you have to scroll down on that overview if you want to actually get to their website.
and it used to be where you'd find the menu on their website through like a click through, but now they even show the menu on
Yep.
Google as
Right.
well.
Try to
So,
bring it all where you get it up front,
mhm.
even in the Google Maps app. It'll all be there.
Yeah. And then another thing that I didn't think about is they have open usage commons. I think that's just like a thing for open source software.
Hmm.
But they have a board of directors, which is comprised of mainly Google employees. So they have leverage over all these open source projects.
Oh,
Hmm.
yeah.
So that's kind of why the DOJ or the feds are targeting them. But, I am excited for spin-offs, for some split
Yes.
offs.
That would
I
be
want it to
really
happen
cool.
because it seems like in the past, the sum of the broken up parts are worth the same or more as the total together.
Mm-hmm.
Just think of Wraith or not Wraith. Was it Raytheon? It was Raytheon.
Well, yeah, but Raytheon hasn't been doing too good. But there was Otis and what was the other
Carrier.
one?
Carrier
Carrier, yeah.
would
Carrier,
carry
yeah.
you to the moon.
Yeah, Carrier was great. Um, I sold all that off though.
I
But
still dabble in Carrier.
yeah.
Oh
Um,
my
Another
gosh.
quick thing
I just
that's
typed it in. It will literally
are they
carry
still
it'll
going up?
literally carry you to the moon.
Yeah.
Wait, what are they
They're
at
at
now?
3276.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
It's
amazing.
interesting how the volume has trended down,
Yeah.
though. I mean, it makes sense the volume spike at the beginning when it was all hyped up, but interesting that it keeps trending up and volume goes down.
Otis too.
This is why you trade
Otis
long
shot
term.
up as well.
Not bad. Can you compare the two?
Probably, yeah.
Well, just another
Yeah, this is
carrier's
percentage
better.
wise.
Mm-hmm.
Carriers, yeah, way better.
Carrier's
Carrier's way better.
big.
Um,
Oh, and then
if I
sorry, let me just
if
real
I were
quick.
oh okay.
Sorry. Let's throw in Raytheon as
For fun there.
RTX.
And you can't forget Spotify and audio is our main listenership.
Oh, that's true. You gotta
Can't go
describe what we're looking
fully
at
to
here.
visual things.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. Yes, we're looking
Um,
at a comparative chart, looking at a split off right now. Raytheon going to just the Raytheon Technologies, then Otis and Carrier as the two spin-offs, and comparing how they've been performing. And I don't see Otis.
It looks like Carrier is really the shining star
mhm.
out of this split.
Yeah.
Carrier really carries.
That comparison isn't
Yeah, but if you had what was the stock before?
Are
Raytheon, and now
yeah.
it's Raytheon
So before it
Technologies.
was
Yeah. If you
Raytheon
had
and
that single one before and you got all the splits off, you're sitting pretty
yeah,
right now. So, um, but if I say AMC theaters, what are you thinking in your head? How do you think they're doing right now?
pretty terrible.
Probably awful.
There's no
Yeah,
movies.
that's right. They said they could run out of money by the end of the year.
Oh gosh.
But yeah.
Well, and it's like Disney just announced this huge shift. They're focusing almost 100% on getting things into their streaming platform
Yeah.
instead of taking movies to things like AMC. And so that announcement made Disney stock go way up. So people were excited about it for them, but it means they're taking money away from AMC.
Yep.
hmm Yeah. The only theaters I'm gonna go to again are the ones with the recliners.
Yep.
AMC doesn't have recliners.
Some AMC's do.
Ooh.
Oh, some of them do. Not the ones by me. It's so sad. Um, I had a few more things if you guys don't
Oh
have
yeah.
anything else. Yeah, so did you hear the news about Tesla?
The, the
Which
new Model
which
S
one?
price.
Which news? There's
Well,
always news about
a
Tesla.
competitor to the Model S came out, another luxury
Whoa.
electric sedan.
Which one?
The Lucid
Oh, that's right.
Lucid Air,
Hmm.
yeah. Um, and they're starting at $69,900 when you include the federal tax credits.
Oh, right.
So Elon, in his wisdom, he saw that and was like, "Well, we can't be beat by this other company." So he lowered the price of the Model S to
I did see
$69,420.
that. Yes.
Because he's a
Oh,
child.
Elon.
It's amusing though. You can't.
But I love a good price war.
Yeah, competition is great.
That's why you break up big
And
companies.
then supposedly Amazon Prime. Amazon was targeting $10 billion in sales for Prime Day, which is 2 days. It's not
Just passed, right?
Prime Days. Um, but let me tell you, Prime Day is a scam. Okay,
Tell
Do
us.
tell.
Tell us, Tim.
I if you have like Honey, we're not sponsored by Honey, but Honey's pretty good. I've had a coupon where it saved me $50 on a pair of shoes. It was great. I'm still riding off that high to this day. But they also have a feature where it shows you the it's like the price history.
Oh,
Um,
right.
and so Ben, if you want to pull up the graph of the price history for this,
Oh,
I was
sure.
looking at an SD card reader on Prime Day. I was like, okay, I need this, and it was like, oh, it's what 30% off today. Cool. And then I checked the price history graph, and what Amazon does is they raise the price of all the things that they are going to lower on Prime Day just gradually, and then for a few months they maintain that price, and then on Prime Day they drop it down to the original price
Hmm.
to make like okay,
Pretty
there are some
sneaky.
things. There's like a pair of headphones that I was looking at, and those actually were lower than what they were previously. But like I think last year I have a Garmin watch, and I was looking to buy this watch. So I was watching it for a while because I was like, okay, I want it, but I don't need it. The
Hmm.
price was $200. And I was just thinking about it. And then Prime Day happened. I was like, oh, I wasn't even thinking about this. Perfect time to buy a watch. This watch that I want. And I go, and it's like $50 off of 250, $200. And I know that the price before that was $200.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but the
It's like
difference now, Tim, you're getting it for the same price and you're getting a deal. So it's a win-win.
even
Because, yeah,
better.
one other way you can, interpret this is what if you are looking to buy something and it's like mid-September? You would think now, moving forward, if you're thinking about buying something mid-September, you should just wait until Prime Day
Yeah,
when
just wait.
when it drops back
Or
down.
or go to Best Buy because it'll probably be the actual price at Best Buy.
Mm.
Hmm.
But I
Because that's what I ended up
only
doing. I got
I
my
only
watch at
buy
Best Buy
everything on
because they had
Amazon.
an actual sale.
Well, I think what Amazon does is it's got to be a mix of things. Like you said with your headphones, it actually was a sale. And I think that's like Amazon's strategy. They do these
Hmm.
like so you don't notice that it's happening because it's not everything. It's
Yeah,
just like there are some things that you could buy at Menards or at Best Buy or whatever for way lower, and Amazon just regularly will have it be like 50% more expensive because no one checks. It's
yeah,
like,
because you're in that mindset that it's gonna be cheaper.
right, if you go and you're like, I need a new fan for my garage. $70 seems reasonable. It's a nice fan. I'll buy it on Amazon. Great. And then you don't realize until you go to Menards and see that it's
Oh
$30
Mm,
for
shit.
the exact same
yeah.
item.
Joey, did that happen?
Yeah.
Did that happen to you?
It's a similar story, yeah.
Well, that actually happened to one of my friends who's redoing. He just bought a house and he's replacing all the outlets because the old ones are bad. and he just bought a pack of like 10 outlets online on Amazon. And then we had to go get some more. So I was like, okay, I'll head to Lowe's and get some. And I get there and it's like $5 for 10 of them. He's like, oh, how much
Ooh.
do I owe you? I'll Venmo you. And I'm like, dude, it's $5. He's like, what? They're only $5 at Lowe's? He paid like at least 10 for them on
Wow.
Amazon.
So yeah,
But
check your prices.
yeah. That's all I have for this week.
Awesome. I think that
But
just
Good
about does
stuff.
it here. So thanks everybody for listening in and tuning in on the visual recording. And yeah, hopefully
And
we get better.
I will be changing my background every week.
Week, Tim will have a
So
different background. So tune in next week.
Tune in for that.
Be
you
sure
got to collect them
Tune in
all.
Be sure to look in the description for the Discord chat. Everybody should guess what Tim's next background is going to be next week.
Yeah. And don't forget to go on YouTube and smash that
Oh
subscribe
my
button.
gosh, because we have a
No.
YouTube now, we can say that. That's amazing.
Don't subscribe.
Uh,
We need to stay underground.
Okay, awesome. Thanks everybody. See you
Okay.
next week.
Sleep good.
Good week.